Texans at the Atlanta Falcons, 1 p.m. game. CJ Stroud tearing it up, man. What's PFF Bobby going to do against this Falcons defense? That's a good matchup. It's a good matchup. Falcons are making some plays defensively.
Yeah, I mean, the analysis in Atlanta doesn't change. Like, their offense is interesting to watch no matter what happens. And, you know, Desmond Ridder last week, absolute disaster. When that happens, they're not going to win. But it's a difficult proposition for any defense to have to contend with. But the PFF Bobby CJ Stroud matchup is cooking right now. Like, everything is working. They're dialing up the correct things. CJ Stroud is not being forced beyond his number one guy that often. Nico Collins is having this insane season where not only is he putting up crazy production, but on a per catch basis, it's out of this world as well. And lower down that depth chart, they're having legitimate contributors as well. So, dude, the Bobby Slowik CJ Stroud axis is phenomenal at the moment.
The top 3 quarterbacks in yards per attempt in the NFL. I forget whose number. I think it's Brock Purdy, number 1. I just know it's Purdy, Tua, and Stroud. And, you know, so I'm going to make a pitch. Jordan Rodriguez, she did the play callers before the season. Why isn't Bobby one of the play callers? Get Bobby in there.
There's no way Bobby would have talked to that.
Oh, no. He would have been easily the most boring guy on there.
Bobby, like the single worst aspect in his mind, I'm sure, of, you know, this track that he's on now, right? Offensive coordinator, things are going well. Shanahan tree, head coach is around the corner somewhere, right? The single worst part about that in his mind is the amount of people I'm going to have to talk to in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Don't want it.
Not that he's not good at it. It's just he doesn't
just
like
hates it.
Yeah.
Just doesn't want to be talking to the media.
Yeah. I'm not saying he would have been bad at the show. He was on the podcast.
He was on the show.
Him on the podcast.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't want to talk to anybody.
Nico Collins, number 4 in yards per route run so far this season. Do you know number 1, 2, and 3 are? 2 of them are obvious.
Tyreek Hill, Brandon Ayuk.
Correct.
And Puka.
No. This is the really obvious one. They have to set the
Marvin Mims.
There you go. You have to set the bar low enough to get him in.
What's Mims? Is he down under 7 yet?
Mims is currently averaging 6.21 yards per route run. So every time he's on the field running a route, that offense gains 6 yards.
Just to him.
Yes.
Not the offense, to him.
On average.
Every time he plays football.
Right. He is gaining 6 yards on average.
He's gaining 6 yards. That's right.
Crazy.
Which is absurd. It's actually tough to put that in perspective. I tried to, another bad caption tweet last week to try to put that in perspective. And it wasn't good.
I mean, Ayuk is at almost 5. That's pretty insane in itself. Nico Collins at 3.37. Anything over 3 is in, like, prime Julio Jones territory. So for Nico Collins to be up there, 19.5 yards per catch, 3.4 yards per route run, these are nuts numbers.
Yeah, so like impressive things about the Texans, unlocking a Nico Collins, right? Having Stroud as a rookie, playing as efficiently as he is, and dealing with that offensive line, right? Like, a lot of times it's easy narrative, right? Like the Giants just got sacked 11 times the other night, 10 by Daniel Jones. They got all backups. Of course. They got backup offensive linemen. The Jets, the offensive line, it's not, this offensive line's not great. The Texans, we could easily be making those same excuses. There are guys moving around. They lost 3 of their starters just before the season. They've had a different combination, I think, every single game. They're playing great offensively. So kudos to Bobby and the rest of the offense there in Houston.
Now you have to throw the same caveat that you did for Brock Purdy, which is, what was the term you used? Like staggering interception luck, because he's had 4 turnover-worthy plays and has 0 interceptions so far.
You're like the guy on Twitter, like, oh, what about this thing? You didn't mention this thing.
I would like you to remain consistent.
Incredible
in your
interception luck by CJ Stroud.
There you go. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
He's due.
He is due.
He's due for one of those turnover-worthy plays, of which there's not many.
Yeah, 4.
To become an interception. The other matchup to watch here, Texans have the lowest run defense grade in the NFL for a team. Pretty wide margin. So Atlanta, Bijan, they still have a better run-blocking offensive line. I see the people complaining about Atlanta's offensive line in Atlanta. And, look, they haven't been great, but they're 21st in pass blocking grade, but that's Desmond Ridder, man. Could be a 3-sack game for Will Anderson here.
Could be a 3-sack game for Will Anderson. It could be.
Because of Desmond Ridder. All right, where are you going? with this one. What do we got? Atlanta.
I'm buying into this Houston
Atlanta
thing.
favored by 2.
Yeah, I'm buying into the Houston thing for the moment. Atlanta might have some success, and we might actually get an exciting shootout type of game. But man, that Bobby Slowik, CJ Stroud thing, I don't think is going away. Even if Stroud gets punished for a turnover-worthy play in this game, I still think they win.
I'll also take Houston.